everyone, and welcome to today's video. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Now today's reading is going to be a collective reading. That's pretty much all we're doing on this channel for the minute. I have recently started doing zodiac readings again, so check out my second channel if you prefer zodiac readings. I know some people struggle to select a group, so the zodiac readings may resonate more. But on this channel, we're doing a pick a group reading. Now this reading is intended for platonic and romantic connections, either or. I created enough groups so that hopefully you have messages in multiple groups if you want to ask for clarity on multiple connections, so that opportunity is always there. At the end of the day, when it comes to selecting a group, please take your time. Don't put pressure on yourself. Give yourself plenty of time to select a group that you feel drawn to, a group that you feel you resonate with most. I'm going to offer a little intro for each of the groups where I'll be asking Spirit how you feel. And then we're going to ask the question in the title, how does this person think you feel? And then we're going to clarify where they stand. And that's going to be what will be happening on YouTube. Now, there is an extended reading for each of the groups. The extended reading will talk about the future of this connection. I do have readings on YouTube that are titled exactly the same. If you don't have the ability to follow me into the extended readings, whether it's due to the fact that you don't want to pay any money, another way that you can support me is by watching those readings instead and interacting with the video in any way if you feel confident. So let's take you into the pick a group portion and I'll introduce the groups to you. Okay, so you can skip the shuffling if you don't want to watch me shuffle out all the cards. But the deck that I'm going to be shuffling today is called the Worst Tarot Oracle deck. It is a deck created by Mike Costany and I always forget the other person's name, I apologize, Richie Brown. So Richie Brown is the one who has, well actually no, let's say they both kind of tackled this. Richie Brown is the one who likes to give you a little heads up on what this deck is about. And Mike was the one who was able to kind of help Richie have a voice. They collaborated to combine their beliefs and their style when it comes to creativity. So if you resonate with this deck, have a check of Mike's profile to see how you can get a copy for yourself. They're very independent artists, so I'm not too sure at the moment whether they do have any decks in stock, but you can follow Mike on social media to see if there are any decks available and where you could get them from. With that spiel out of the way, let me set my intentions as your reader. Spirit, please help me to offer the group's most clear, honest messages for their readings today. Please help me select a card for each of the groups that will resonate most with their reading. For group 1, please Spirit, what card may offer group 1 the most clear messages about their reading? Group 1, please Spirit. Alrighty. For group 1, we have the actual sun, 27.4% helium, 70.6% hydrogen. For group 2, please Spirit. For group 2, we have the card you were hoping for. The card you were hoping for. Okay, I love this deck so much. Group 3, please Spirit. What card may offer group 3 the most clear, honest messages for their reading? Group 3, we have the heart with stuff going through it card. And group 4, please Spirit. What card may offer group 4 the most clear, honest messages for their reading? We have Fallen. Alrighty, so those are the 4 groups. I'm going to get some crystals, as these crystals may help you select a group, and then we'll come back. Pause the video now if you just want to focus on the cards. Alrighty, so we are back. And as you can see, I've added crystals to each of the 4 groups. Starting with group 1 over here. Group 1 has this agate crystal with the strata that you can see very clearly. There's some interesting patterns on the back. And we have a gradient of colors dispersed through the strata. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a specific name for this type of agate, but I just call it an agate crystal. That is for group 1, the actual sun card. For group 2, with the card you are hoping for, I decided to put some howlite with it. Now, group 2, howlite has some very interesting properties. I wouldn't do the crystal justice off the top of my dome, so I highly recommend that you do your own research. If you feel drawn towards howlite or the card you are hoping for, you'll be a part of group 2's reading. Group 3 with the heart, the card that says the heart with the stuff going through it. I chose the clear quartz crystal. At first I was going to choose rose quartz, but clear quartz felt a lot better for this group. So once again, I encourage you to do your own research on the crystals if you feel called to. However, if you feel intuitively pulled towards this crystal or this card, you'll be a part of group 3's reading. And don't let the imagery fool you. This deck is definitely quite intuitive, but it's also, I like to add layers to it. It's not always how it appears. Group 4, please, Spirit. Okay, so with the Fallen card, I was like ready to tune in for you. So this group is ready to go. I chose this sodalite crystal. I'm pretty sure it's a sodalite. And I just felt like there was a lot of blue energy here. Now I have a lot of blue crystals because I like the color, but I think that this type is the best for this group. So once again, do your own research. But if you feel intuitively called towards that crystal or that card, you'll be a part of group 4's reading. That is the groups, sweet souls. Take your time selecting a group. When you know where to go, check the timestamps in the description box or the pinned comment to join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi my group 1s and welcome. If you recognize the actual sun card with this beautiful agate crystal, then this is going to be your reading. I'll put your agate crystal to the side. Let's talk about your card for now. Now, the actual sun card is an interesting card in this deck. Usually in any oracle or tarot deck, it can represent clarity and happiness. However, in this deck, we see a scientific breakdown of the chemistry of the sun as well. And we are kind of reminded of the fact that a big part of being human is not only trying to chase those feelings of joy and happiness, but having a brain that likes to actualize those moments and rationalize those moments. So when it comes to this connection, I'm getting a strong feeling as though your person has been thinking, weighing it all up, and trying to figure out whether this connection is something that makes them happy, whether you are the kind of person that really brings these feelings. They may have also been reflecting and thinking about moments with you that have made them very happy in the past. This person thinks that you are someone who likes to go for what they want, who stands firm on their ground, and who knows what they want as well. So they would think that If you weren't happy, if you weren't satisfied, and if you had any grievances, you would communicate with the Sun card. It would be very hard for you to hide your feelings. They feel like you're somebody that may wear your emotions clearly, either on your sleeve or on your face. So it's usually quite easy for them to figure out how you feel about them. With that being said, they have been in their head a little bit. So let's have a look at how you've been feeling about this connection. And then we're going to get clarity about how they think you feel. Covering this connection, it's important to remember that I am reading for people who are in both platonic and romantic connections. So I will not always 100%, I don't think, be able to cover your connection. If you need more clarity, seek out a personal reading from your favorite reader. Or you're welcome to watch more of my readings if that's helpful. At the end of the day, trust yourself, know yourself. All right, Spirit, tune me into Group 1's energy, please. How does Group 1 feel about this connection? How does Group 1 feel? We're using the Celestial Bodies Oracle deck to get a quick summary of how you feel. Okay, Taurus, Mars, and Pisces. No, you don't. All reversed. What happened here? Why are all these cards reversed for you, sweet soul? Let's talk about it. Pisces, Taurus, and Mars. Quite interesting energies. It's interesting that we have Taurus in the middle. I feel like Taurus is kind of balancing this out because Pisces and Mars don't go together very well. Mars wants to get things done. Pisces wants to feel the moment. Don't get me wrong, Pisces can get there. Pisces can be sort of in... Yeah, see, that's the problem though. They're in the moment. So how do you feel? It feels like you are a little bit confused with Pisces at the back of the deck. You may be struggling to ascertain what is real and what isn't. A lot of your feelings seem to be tethered to experiences that you've had to process on your own in this connection. Now, this doesn't mean that this connection is all in your head, Group 1. It just means that you haven't been able to naturally, at your own pace, process your feelings for this person with them. It feels like you've done most of that processing by yourself. So let's talk about the confusion here. I think that you have been spending a lot of time reading between the lines and trying to look at things through this person's eyes. You've been trying to be empathetic. You've been trying to think about how they feel and what they're going through. But what you're confused about is the way that this person seems to prioritize things. With Taurus and Mars both reversed, you feel as though this connection is not a priority. You feel as though this connection doesn't have the balance and the sustainability to be an important part of your daily lives. And you feel as though with Mars reversed, this connection hasn't been at the forefront to the point where actions have been redirected towards other areas of your lives. Now, initially I was feeling as though this is how you felt about this person, as though they're the ones that aren't prioritizing you enough and haven't been taking enough action towards this connection. But it's highly likely that you are also in this energy. It's highly likely that some of you have been watching this person do things instead of prioritize you, and so now you're mirroring. You now feel like you can't put all your eggs in one basket here. That's what this means. Mars reverse, Taurus reverse, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, and you can't afford to over-empathize. Although you do like to over-romanticize this person from time to time with Pisces reversed. I do feel like you have a lot of forgiveness towards this person, regardless of what they've done and what they've been doing. There is this feeling of you being able to see them for who they are at their core, for their better qualities, regardless of what they're doing. With Pisces here, you like to romanticize them and what they could do, the potential of who they could be. It's really important in this connection for you that you aren't getting too attached. I think you feel at this point like you have to make sure that you're not overly invested in this connection, because you may have noticed signs within your own personality of almost feeling like this person was your personal hit of dopamine. So with Taurus, Mars, and Pisces reversed, you've had to maybe slow down, pull back, and redirect your energy to ensure that you weren't putting this person on a pedestal and giving them too much of the best of you. Let's see if I've missed anything. Let's pull some tarot out. Spirit, what have I missed here? We'll use the traditional tarot deck just to get straight to the point. Okay. What have I missed here with Pisces, Spirit? How does my viewer feel about this person? The moon reversed, more Pisces. Yeah, you feel like you're not seeing clearly. You feel confused. You feel like you don't have the full picture. And you feel like this person isn't showing you or telling you everything. Honestly, there's a lot of love here. If this is a platonic connection, you truly care about this person. But you're also at a point where you have to start thinking about what's best for you. You guys may have at one point felt really close to this person. Some of you may have even resonated with falling head over heels for this person. Definitely over romanticizing them. And sometimes the moon reversed can sound like you're covering their tracks. Like if other people ask you how this person is, you turn around and you go, yeah, they're fine. They're doing so well. You have a loyal heart. And it's likely that you are still in a space of acceptance and empathy and kindness, but you're not seeing the full picture, and you know that. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed for the Taurus card. Yeah, okay. So this person has done something that's made you question whether they even want to be a part of your future. This person's done something that's even made you question their loyalty, their commitment, their integrity, their values. The fact that they haven't been investing enough time recently means that you don't know if you're going to have a future with them. How do you feel? You feel as though this connection is on the rocks, as though this connection isn't going to be able to have a strong enough foundation to be long lasting. And you feel like you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket with the Ten of Pentacles, that you may need to stay more open to other forms of connection, other family, other friendships, other lovers. You also have maybe been needing to prioritize work and your commitments. Like if this is a friendship, for example, maybe another relationship has needed to be your focus. But you may be assuming that this person's doing the same thing. So what is going on with Mars? The Hierophant. Okay. So you feel like this is a connection that has been through enough to where if it's meant to be a part of your future, it's going to adapt accordingly. But I also think that you, my viewer, are at a point in your life where you're expanding. Your life is changing. Your habits are changing. Your routine is changing. You're trying to develop and mature into a newer, more mature, wiser version of yourself. And you're open to collaboration, but you don't want people to disrupt your metamorphosis. It feels like when it comes to this connection, you may be getting advice, or you may just be seeking mentorship and advice from different people. I feel like you want more than what this connection can give you, whether it's platonic or romantic. It feels like you're not interested in waiting for this person. You feel very focused on some sort of new idea that has started to develop into a huge lifestyle change for you. And it could have been a newer relationship, but your whole lifestyle's changed. You're not who you were when you first met this person. You're leveling up. You know that, they know that, and you feel like this is a good thing for you, but it's come at the expense of this connection. This connection may have been the catalyst for that change, that metamorphosis, but it's definitely having a hard time adapting and evolving with you. So that's how you feel. Let's have a look at how this person thinks that you feel now, to see how close or how different it is. Okay. Spirit, how does this person think my viewer feels? Okay, that was terrible. Let's try again. How does this person think Group 1 feels, Spirit? Wow. We have stellium. I was hearing the word stubborn while I was shuffling. We also have 7th house reversed. And we have Yod. The back of the deck is divine feminine energy with grand trine. So this person thinks that you feel as though you need to focus on your growth. You need to heal. They feel like you're taking care of yourself. They think that you feel as though this person is not able to nurture you the way that you deserve. They think that you are being a little spiteful and petty, and that you may be using other people to get revenge or to get their attention, or they feel like you're involving too many people with grand trine. This person thinks that you feel as though it's time to start working on other areas, other connections with grand trine. Honestly, this person thinks that you're in an abundant position in life. They think that you're doing quite well for yourself, and that you're at a point where not only are you able to identify the right sort of people and habits to invest your time and energy into, but you're also able to identify how your growth has been stunted and limited in the past. I'm hearing that this person thinks that you feel as though you can't afford to waste any more time. This person may resonate as being a part of your life at a time where you had a lot of free time, where you had a lot of opportunity to just sort of focus on doing things that didn't seem to be so serious. This person thinks that you feel so serious now. With the 7th house here reversed, this could be an ex-friend, an ex-lover. They think that you feel like you need to take your commitment elsewhere. 7th house is all about partnership, harmony, contracts. So there's a big theme here of this person feeling as though, or they think that you feel like you need to seek that elsewhere. This person feels as though your connection is not in the right place, and they think that you're being quite petty with the way that you're handling things. They think that you feel as though they haven't been the best support person for you. They haven't been the best partner. They haven't been the best friend. They think that you feel that they aren't really doing things the easiest way, that they're just being petty for the sake of being petty, that they're doing little things to muck you around. They think that you feel as though this connection has just come to a head to the point where it's really complicated. There's a lot of moving parts. It's hard to explain to other people. There's a lot of history, background, law, and it's gotten to the point where there's so many people involved and there's so much water under the bridge that it's made you want to just focus on working with other people. Now, this person thinks that you feel as though this is a connection that is very challenging. It's not easy. This person isn't an easy person to deal with. This connection is what you would maybe call high maintenance. And they think that you feel that they are someone who can be more dramatic or just, again, high maintenance, who needs a lot of your attention. They think that you feel as though this connection has been unfair, as though there's been a major imbalance in your give and take and in your energetic availability for each other. And with Yod here upright, they think that you feel as though this is a connection that hasn't been working well. They think that you feel as though this connection is not able to fit in with your best version of yourself. So they think that you feel as though you need to prioritize your healing and you need to prioritize people who allow you to just be instead of challenge you. For this reason, I'm getting an opinion that this person thinks that you're not pushing yourself enough. They think that although you do seem to be focusing on your healing and your nurturing, you're not pushing yourself enough. You're not in your masculine energy enough. And I don't know why they think this is a bad thing. They think that you feel as though you and this person could work well together, but things haven't been the same since something changed. If this is a friendship, you guys may have been a trio. There could have been 3 or 4 of you. And ever since something happened between the 3 or 4 of you, it's like you haven't been the same. This person may think that it's because of your relationship that you're now unavailable. They think that you feel like you need to prioritize your other commitments above them, and that you've chosen to fulfill your other commitments and contracts above them. Let's see what I'm missing with tarot. Are we using this deck? No, we're using this deck. All right. Spirit, how does this person think my viewer feels? They think you still feel a bit angry. Yeah, just a little bit with the King of Wands reversed. They think that you feel frustrated. You feel angry. You feel as though this connection just creates a lot of tension. They also think that you feel as though this connection didn't lead to the desired outcomes. You guys may have had plans together. This person believes that they let you down. They weren't able to fulfill your ambitions, your plans. They weren't able to see the future out with you. They think that you feel as though this connection was holding you back. And they also think that you feel frustrated by the lack of progress that was made, and that now you're extra motivated to get back on track and to accomplish the things that you couldn't when you were spending more time with this person. This person thinks that you feel as though you need to start prioritizing your own ambitions, your own creative spark, your own passions, your own sense of purpose. They think that you feel entitled and also self-focused. This person is observing you through quite a selfish lens, as though you kind of got to check out of this connection and focus more on yourself and your own desires. What is the 7th house about? What am I missing here, Spirit? Okay. The 7th house energy is being clarified by the 4 of Pentacles, Group 1. this person thinks that you feel a little stuck in a certain commitment that you made. They may think that you feel stuck in a partnership, stuck in a contract, to the point where you might have, this is their interpretation, you may have made this commitment not realizing what you were signing up for. And they think that now you're feeling as though this relationship is also holding you back. This person thinks that you're someone that likes to really sort of dig their heels in. And they think that you feel as though you've got to stick to, as a matter of integrity and ethics, you've got to stick to this, even though it's not what you want really. So they don't think that you're happy. They think that you feel trapped. What is this Yod energy? Okay. Yod is showing up with the Six of Swords. So overall, Yod was at the back of the deck. The Six of Swords is your last clarifying card. This person thinks that you feel as though you need to move forward. You need to choose your peace. You need to have your conversations with the people in your life that are important to you. And you need to make sure that you're no longer wasting time. They think that you feel a little impatient about being able to get things done on your terms. They think that you feel as though you need to actively work on the relationships you have with specific people in your life, with specific people you care about. And because of that reason, if you and this person aren't having conversations, then they believe that it's intentional. They believe that you are intentionally... Oh, excuse me, what the heck? Biggest yawn, I'm so sorry. But they believe that you are intentionally excluding them and that you are intentionally choosing people above them. They don't think that it's a mistake if they haven't heard from you. So that's how they think that you feel. They think that you have a strategy. They think that you may feel trapped. They think that you have other people in your support circle. You have other friendships, other loved ones, other people who care about you. They think that you are focused on your own ambitions. They think that you feel like this connection has a lot of tension and challenges. And they overall think that you are very focused on your own happiness, which is why we had the actual sun here. So let's have a look at how they feel now. How does this person feel? Let's see if we get any similar cards for this person. How does this person feel for my group 1 spirit? How does this person feel? Okay, we have the feminine energy reversed. They are projecting a little bit. We have the earth energy reversed, and I'm going to pull one more card. We won't... Okay, waning crescent. At the back of the deck is south node, north node. So this is north node, south node when it's reversed. This person feels like they need to start pushing forward too. You guys may be exes because this person is also very focused on themselves. They're focused on their own future. They're focused on being a better person. There is this feeling of like trying to evolve, trying to be better. And it feels a little spiteful. It reminds me of like when you do break up with somebody and you want to prove that you're better off without them. That's what it kind of feels like. It does feel like this person is actively trying not to think about you. Okay, group 1. They feel as though this connection is a part of their past and they need to focus on their future. Now, when it comes to the other oracle cards, the feminine energy reverse tells me that they were maybe projecting a little bit of how they feel onto you. This feminine card tells me that they feel as though this connection is not something that is growing. This connection is not healthy. It's not nurturing. It's not supportive. It's not kind. It's not something that they feel is good for them. They feel like this connection is a connection that brings out the worst in them, that really highlights wounds of insecure attachment and even feelings of envy. This person feels as though the two of you are competition, not allies. And they may feel as though other people compare you all the time, to the point where they compare themselves to you. And they also feel like they just need to prioritize their work right now more than anything. They need to prioritize their money, their material goals. If this person has a career already, they are still trying to save money for some sort of big purchase. I'm hearing pay off a loan or pay off a debt. With this earth energy and Capricorn upright, this person may be escaping themselves, escaping the situation through their material world, working themselves overtime, really putting in extra hours at work, or just punishing themselves with exercise as well is something that Capricorn reversed can talk about. They are spending a lot more time with family as well, and maybe some workmates. I do think that this person's priorities are shifted towards their material world as a coping mechanism and also as a pick-me-up. This is how they're feeling better about themselves. They may not be able to be consistent. They're kind of working hard, playing hard with Capricorn, and they are struggling with Virgo to feel as if what they're doing is actually going to lead to something. They're just kind of winging it. They're not really putting in a measured plan. They're just waking up and going, okay, let's do this. Now with the waning crescent here, I'm also feeling like this person is taking the advice of others. So they may have a workmate or a parent or a boss who's telling them, this is what you should be doing, this is what you need to do. And they're kind of going, okay, yeah, sure, yep, I can do that. Sure thing, whatever. It's not their own plans. It's like they're following the plans or the guidance or the advice of others who they do respect or look up to. And then with this waning crescent energy, I can feel as though this is somebody who feels like this connection isn't able to become more than what it originally was. Thank you. You can just leave it there. He should be out soon. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye. So I think with this card reversed, it is what it is, and it's not going to expand beyond that. It just feels like it's stuck in the early stages. And this card does talk about culminating. It talks about things coming like full circle. So I kind of feel like this is a connection that just stopped. And it doesn't feel like this is a surprise, sweet souls. It feels like you guys are aware of the fact that it broke down, and you're aware of the fact that it wasn't healthy and that it wasn't healing, it wasn't able to grow. And with this waning crescent energy, like there was an ending, there was a culmination, and it is where it is. It hasn't evolved beyond that. So I hope this reading was able to offer clarity for you. I hope it, if anything, confirmed where you're at and what you're kind of experiencing with this person. To close your reading, I'm just going to pull some advice from tarot, from your higher self. Spirit, what does Group 1's higher self need them to know? What does Group 1's higher self need them to know? All right, your higher self is looking at the Knight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed is telling you that you've outgrown your environment. You need to keep pushing. This person was right about that. You guys don't need to get comfortable. You need to actually get uncomfortable. Your higher self is saying you're at a stage where a lot of things are feeling like they're changing. But that's because you're a butterfly trying to stay in its cocoon. In order for this transformation to fully expand and help you develop into the best version of yourself, you need to continue to be uncomfortable. You need to continue to challenge yourself, to push yourself. You've outgrown your lifestyle. You guys need more independence. You need to start making more plans about your future. And you also need to start being more consistent with your habits. You need to start taking better care of yourselves health-wise. You need to start monitoring how much sleep you're getting, kind of doing all of those things to take better care of your vessel and your material experiences in this lifetime. This isn't your higher self trying to force you to assimilate with society. This is your higher self encouraging you to take better care of yourself and to actually use this as an opportunity to fully step into a more mature version of yourself. You aren't a page anymore, so you need to stop acting like it. With the Knight of Swords reversed, you don't have to do everything overnight. That's the good thing. These are changes that are happening to you naturally. You're being encouraged to roll with it, to allow it to continue to unfold. It doesn't have to happen all at once. It doesn't have to happen overnight. It doesn't all have to happen, this year. But you do need to start making those plans and making sure that your actions align with those plans. Consistency is your best friend, as that will help these habits, these changes, these lifestyle developments happen naturally, as long as your actions reflect the person that you deserve to be. Because of that, your higher self is asking you, how have your actions been self-sabotaging your progress recently? Are there things that you can actually do in your daily routine that can support the person that you deserve to be? And do you need to rethink some of the things that you've been choosing to do versus the things that you could be doing? I do think when it comes to the Knight of Swords and this card being reversed, you may need to reassess the timing of your goals, because it doesn't have to go off of what works for other people. But you do have to listen to your own circumstances. And something here is not happening at the right time because you've delayed it based on what other people told you. So rethink that. That's a very specific message, but I feel like for some of you, this person could have said like, oh, you shouldn't rush that, you shouldn't do that. When actually your higher self is saying you're putting the training wheels on when you don't need them. This is a situation that doesn't need a probationary period or a slow period. It actually just needs to happen. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing for you, sweet souls. Take what resonates with that last message. I don't think that's going to apply to all of you, but I hope that overall this reading has been very, very helpful and clarifying and confirming and all that jazz. It's been a pleasure to read for you, sweet souls. I'm going to go take a little break before I jump into your extended reading. In your extended, we're having a look at the future of this connection as it stands currently based on your present energies. The future of this connection will actually be pretty interesting. We'll get as much clarity as we can in relation to that, and hopefully it will offer you additional closure, or it'll just offer you more confirmation in terms of the path that you're on and the choices that you're making with your own journey. Thank you for your time, your energy, and all of your support. If this is where you are leaving us, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Look after your beautiful selves, Group 1, until our paths cross again. Bye. Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the Howlite crystal or the card that you were hoping for, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put your crystal up here right next to Group 1's. Excuse me. Random. Okay, I've been in this room for only like a couple of minutes. I took a break between your reading and the last reading, and for some reason it's disrupted my nose in that time, so I apologize for that interruption, Group 2. But we're asking Spirit today how the person on your mind thinks you feel about them. This is intended for platonic and romantic connections, and the aim is to get more clarity about where your connection with this person is at. In your extended reading, we're going to focus on the future of this connection by having a look at each other's, what each other wants, and what each other's next actions will be before clarifying what that question is. So to get there, we do have to start here. Excuse my nose. Let's get into it. For my group 2s, please, Spirit, tune me into group 2's energy. Please help me offer group 2 the most clear, honest messages for their reading so that I may give them the clarity that they need. The card that you are hoping for. What is this card about, Spirit? For you, sweet souls, this connection still is filled with optimism. There's a feeling here of needing to maintain a sense of hope, especially with this card, word being so colorful. It feels like you need to maintain hope. The card that you were hoping for. Spirit, please help me clarify how my viewer feels about this connection. What deck am I using? We're going to use tarot. How does my viewer feel about this connection, Spirit? Let's have a look at how you actually feel before we have a look at how they think you feel. How does my viewer actually feel about this connection? 9 of Pentacles, Strength, and the 8 of Cups at the back of the deck. So how do you actually feel? It looks like you feel like this is a connection that is maybe putting you in a position where you feel like you have to make sacrifices. I've been reading the 9 of Pentacles reversed as a card that requires sacrifice. It requires you to give up the luxuries that you enjoy and to overextend your abilities rather than indulge. So usually this card can be about being self-sufficient, self-secure, very successful. When it's reversed, it means that there's compromises in our ability to indulge and to really experience. So it kind of makes me think that when it comes to this connection, without throwing out all those big words, you feel like you're the one that's giving the most, or that you have the most to lose. You may be questioning how your lifestyle aligns with this person and whether it's in your best interest, because it feels like you have a lot to lose if this connection does not succeed. I also think that you guys may feel like you or this person is overcompensating because one of you may be more wealthier than the other person, or maybe more self-sufficient than the other person. And with the 9 of Pentacles reversed, there's this overall feeling of this connection kind of having a level of codependency where you're not completely independent. You need each other. Now, that may not be a bad thing depending on what your attachment style is and what you want out of this relationship. But with the Strength card here, there is this feeling of this connection testing you in the right ways. When the card is upright, it is testing your patience, it's testing your compassion, it's testing your strength, but it's also a sign of what you can handle. It feels like this person and this connection are good tests, because this tells me that regardless of what you've been through with this person, they also give back as much as they give. So you feel like you have a pretty good relationship with this person. You feel like regardless of what you each go through and regardless of what your connection goes through, you seem to be there to support each other, to stand by each other, and to offer each other this strength, this care, and this support. Now, with this Strength card upright, I can't help but feel like this is a connection that at times has you really devoted to each other. I kind of interpret the Strength card in a relationship reading as a card of loyalty. Now, it feels like you and this person are showing up for each other, or have had to show up for each other recently, in a true act of loyalty and strength. We see a bit more about why you may feel this way with the 8 of Cups reversed. It feels like there could have been a test on this relationship recently, And instead of walking away, you both chose to endure the test. You both chose to stand up for yourselves, to stand up for the connection, and to show up for each other. It feels like this connection is in unknown waters right now. You may be going through an experience together that you haven't had the experience of going through before. But regardless of how dark the journey feels, you know that you have each other. This person could feel like a confidant, like someone you really trust, someone who's very supportive, helpful, thoughtful, and who's there for you when the times get tough. I think that you feel as though this connection is worth fighting for, worth being present for, because you feel like you've got someone here who is going to give as good as they get. And with the Eight of Cups reversed, they are also somebody who you're not ready to walk away from, even though you were given the opportunity recently. And by recently, I would say within the last 3 months. If this is a newer connection, it's probably happened within the last week. But I think with the Eight of Cups reversed, you kind of went, we're going to learn from this. We're going to observe the lesson and we're going to stay in this connection, but we're going to learn from our mistakes. So you feel committed is what this feels like. You feel like you're going to stand by this, even though you have a lot to lose. You feel like you need this person. They are worth the investment. They may be in a vulnerable place, but they are evolving and you believe that they can be better. And so that's why you're still here. That is where you stand, sweet soul. If that resonates, let's have a look at how this person thinks you feel now. I'm going to put this card to the side. Spirit, how does Group 2's person think they feel? How does Group 2's person think they feel? Alrighty. How does Group 2's person... We have the Page of Swords reversed. How does Group 2's person... We have the Six of Pentacles, the Star, and the Ace of Pentacles. The back of the deck is the Eight of Swords. This person is presenting a lot of air and a lot of earth. So this person may observe you as a logical person, a rational person, a practical person, and a pragmatic person. They seem to think that you are someone that likes to focus on solutions, and you're also really good at finding problems. Now, for better or for worse, your ability to see problems also means that you're able to identify challenges. And they think that because of this, sometimes you get stuck in your head, but they believe that overall, this is coming from the place of feeling like your hands are tied in this connection. This person feels like you are expecting them to step up and that you feel as though there's only so much that you can do. They think that you feel like a bit of a victim of circumstances and that you feel helpless, as though not only are your opportunities to act limited, but you may feel like you've been talking yourself in a circle with this person. They're observing the fact that you believe there's only so much more that you can do and give in this situation. And I'll be honest with you, that kind of scared them a little bit. They observe you as someone that is very logical, which means that they're afraid of the lack of care. This person thinks that you're not afraid to cut them off. You're not afraid to release them and to continue moving forward in your best interest. This scares them. So it feels like whatever conversations you've had with them recently or whatever they've been going through recently, it's made them really wary of treading on thin ice with you. They don't want to push this connection too far. They don't want to test your commitment to each other too much. And they don't want to push you away. They believe that you feel trapped in this connection with them because of their lack of ability to step up. It feels like they weren't able to meet you halfway, and they feel like they think that you feel as though they let you down. That's why you got into this Eight of Swords energy. Now, with the Page of Swords coming out first, I believe that this person thinks that you feel trapped because of naive actions, naive sort of words, and just ultimately false promises. This person thinks that you feel as though you can't trust what you're hearing and that you put this person in a position where they feel immature. They feel less capable than you. And we see that with the Page of Swords reversed. We see this as a youthful person who struggles to execute the ideas that they have. So they think that you feel as though, this is a connection that you have to observe, and you can't take everything that is said for gospel. You also feel like this connection needs to evolve with the Page of Swords reversed. This is a connection that has exceeded its previous confinement. It's no longer this sort of curious, youthful, lighthearted, almost acquaintance-like energy. You put kind of a serious label on it, and you're expecting a more serious evolution. You don't just want words, you want actions. And so this person feels or thinks that you feel as though this connection needs to become more through action. With the Six of Pentacles upright, and to be fair, both of these Pentacle cards, this person thinks that you feel like this connection may have recently gotten more harmony, more balance, more of an equal give and take, more of an equal exchange. They think that you feel, I want to say, satisfied with the recent results. But they know that this requires consistency, not just a one-off execution. This person thinks that you feel like you need more acts of service, more actions, more evidence. Especially with the Six of Pentacles, you may feel like this connection needs more give, less take. It could be because you, the viewer, were giving a lot. This person believes that you deserve to receive, that you are owed time and resources, and they think that you feel this way too. I would agree that the way this person observes your thoughts and feelings, they observe it in a way where it's in line with how they also feel. So the way that they think that you feel is similar to how they believe you deserve to feel. This person believes that you deserve this energetic exchange to be more even, more equal, more reciprocated. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this person thinks that you feel ready for something more meaningful, something more tangible, something more sustainable. When it comes to this connection, they believe that you think this connection's ready for a deeper commitment, or for just more evidence that you're both able to give as much as you take. This feels like a gesture, and it feels like a tangible gesture. It feels like a gift or some sort of offer, some sort of like token that is physical. This person thinks that you feel, I want to say, there's a generosity to your nature, but there's also a limit with the Eight of Swords at the back of the deck. You're not just out here being a good Samaritan for no reason. You don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want to be seen as a pushover or a people pleaser. And those words came through really strongly, group 2, pushover and people pleaser. I can see with the Star card over here, this person thinks that you feel good when you give. Like there's something about your energy that's quite generous, you have a humanitarian streak that's quite charitable. But again, you don't want to execute this behavior through the lens of being a pushover. You want to feel like what you're giving is also what you're getting. And the Star card emphasizes doing this because it feels good for you, not because you care about how it impacts other people. Yes, it may be the right thing to do ethically, morally, but you do it because you know that in your soul, not because other people are watching you. There is this consciousness with the Star card of you maybe feeling like you have a lot of eyes on you, feeling like you've got people who kind of put you up on a pedestal and idolize you and what you do, or really aspire to be similar to you. I believe that your person thinks that you feel a lot of pressure. You feel a level of duty towards a certain public reputation that you may have. And this person thinks that you feel as though this is a connection that is quite unique. And despite whatever attention you get or whatever platform you may have, whatever reputation you may have or publicity you may have, you believe that this connection is unique enough for you to want to continue to give. This person believes that you are actively healing to support this connection and the future of this connection. This person thinks that you feel hopeful about the future, that you have a lot of faith in your ability to make something, this person's ability to make something, and your connection to be able to make something. They believe that you feel like this connection works well with the vision that you have for yourself and that they fit in well with your lifestyle. This person thinks that you feel as though they are someone who is going to be there to support you, to idolize you, to look after you, and to ultimately be your biggest fan, especially when you feel stuck, especially when you feel like you need change, especially when you feel like you need people in your corner supporting you and giving to you, prepping you and helping you with your next steps. I would say that this person thinks that you feel very focused on the work that you do, whether this is your career or whether it's some sort of project that you're doing. They think that this is really important to you, and they think that this is something that could or is impacting your relationship. But they also think that you feel like this person needs to fit into that. They need to find a way to fit in with all of that. So that's what they're thinking. Let's have a look at what they're actually feeling. That's how they think you feel. And we've looked at how you actually feel. Now let's have a look at how they truly feel. How does this person truly feel about my group 2s, please, Spirit? How does this person truly feel about my group 2s? Okay, we have the 10 of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the High Priestess. This is interesting. This person truly values you. Yeah, they truly value you. There is a strong feeling here of connection. You're my person. You are my people. They feel like you could have a happy family together, or that you are family to them. If there are children involved, this person feels like your lives just fit really well together, and they believe that you can blend your worlds together. There is this feeling of happy family here. I do believe that this person really cares about you. Okay, there's a strong emotional attachment to you. There's a strong desire to have an emotional future with you, wherein you're able to be a part of each other's communities and you're able to have a successful, happy future together. This person sees you as a beautiful companion, a beautiful sort of person who's a part of their soul tribe, and somebody who they can imagine growing old with. Now, with this Taurus energy that just slid out of nowhere, I think this person thinks that you're very attractive, you're very beautiful, you're very handsome. You may really take care of your vessel as well. You may put extra attention into moisturizing or, grooming, or even just dressing. You may do things that are considered quite sensual and centered around self-care. Taurus is also about indulging. So this person may see you as an indulgent personality, as someone who not only likes to experience good things, but likes to feel good things, likes to share good things. This person sees you as someone that indulges, and you give off this rich aura where you want to invite people into this rich energy of rich experiences. Due to indulging, they may see you as someone who could be a bit of a foodie. You may have a specific cuisine you gravitate towards, or a sweet tooth, for example. This always makes me think of chocolate, and it makes me think of cravings. So this person could have observed you in a setting where you had cravings or where you were indulging in chocolate. Now, Taurus is also about your lifestyle. This person may perceive you as someone who's quite bougie, and they feel like you're someone that needs to be taken care of. Even though you can take care of yourself, you have this energy about you where You make them want to take care of you in any way that they can, regardless of the lifestyle you lead and the way you spend and make your money. This person wants to be there physically, offering practical support, physical support, emotional support with Taurus here. They want to be a part of your routine, part of your day-to-day life. And this person feels very bonded to you for Taurus to come out. There is a feeling here of puppy dog energy, puppy dog love. Now, we spoke about the Ten of Cups. There's a beautiful, strong emotional connection that they feel to you. With the Five of Wands reversed, I can also see that this person believes that this connection is something that can weather challenges and external conflicts. It may be that your lives have become busy or challenging due to the fact that there's just a lot happening around you in your family, in your social circles, in your work lives. You know, with the Five of Wands reversed, people could be formulating all kinds of opinions, and this could lead to comparison, and at times that could have caused rifts in your connection where you felt like you were being compared to other people in each other's lives. But overall, with this card here and in the reverse position, this person feels like regardless of whatever's going on around you, you two are solid. You two have a strong foundation, and your ability to focus in on each other, zero in on each other, is what makes you stronger. They think that whatever challenges you've been through have been beneficial because it's tested your relationship in a good way. This person believes that you two are loyal to each other with the Five of Wands reversed, and that you're not going to let other people unhelpfully intervene with your connection. Now, with this Five of Wands reversed, there is also an awareness of the fact that this is a connection that inspires jealousy and conflict at times. It could be that you are someone who gets a lot of attention, or they do. Someone here seems to gain a lot of attention from people, and it can at times make the other person in this connection feel a little vulnerable and insecure. And I think that when you go through that, or when you have been through that, it's kind of just brought you closer. It's reaffirmed where you stand with each other, how you feel about each other, and the fact that at the end of the day, like, that's not important and it's not going to stand in between you. With this Hanged Man here, this person genuinely feels a little bit, I want to say romantic, because the Hanged Man makes them feel like they often reflect on this connection. They think about you a lot when they're alone, and they've had a lot of time to be able to process what this connection has been through, where you fit, how you stand with each other. And for the Hanged Man to be here upright, this has been a healthy process of reflecting, observing, and ultimately coming to the conclusion that, you know what, I feel like everything is happening for a reason. This person has gained a fresh perspective on your connection that has enlightened them, offered them clarity of the bigger picture and of what they want for the future. Their emotions for you are crystal clear. And because their feelings are so clear, so strong, it's helped them gain perspective over what they want and over how they want things to develop with you. So we can see with the Hanged Man that this is a connection that is going to evolve slowly but intentionally, purposefully, and with a lot of care. This person's feelings for you delve into depths of empathy. They've spent a lot of time looking at the situation through your eyes, from your perspective, not just from their own, which has helped them have a look at a general, more objective perspective. This Hanged Man means that their feelings have become clear, and it's also kind of confused them in the sense of, with the High Priestess reverse, they don't seem to always trust now themselves. It's like this person puts their feelings for you above their logic, their reason, their instincts. The High Priestess makes them question their instincts, their intuition, because instead they want to go with their heart. They want to go with their feelings for you in that moment. They may feel a little foolish for some of the things that they've done and will do for you in this connection. And it may feel like they put you above themselves from time to time. This is how they feel, okay? It's their objective point of view. I feel like this person is a romantic to the point where, like, it probably gets them into trouble. They do things at the expense of themselves because of how much they care, how much they love. And with the High Priestess here, they care too much. They give too much. They love too much. Only because when the High Priestess is reversed, we are skewering our own perception, our own needs, and our own intuition. The High Priestess doesn't really cater to our physical needs, our human needs, but she speaks for our soul. She connects to our higher self, and she tells us what our needs are on a spiritual level. So when those needs aren't being addressed, it can feel like we're not answering our soul's calling, our soul's purpose. This person seems to be sacrificing their soul's development to be able to cater towards this connection. And that's going to come back and bite them on the ass in the way where they really need to start listening to what their higher self is telling them. I do believe that this is a very healing, loving connection. I just think that this person gets carried away in this Pisces energy. They over-romanticize the situation and they disconnect from their experience by escaping through their dreams and fantasies. So that's what's going on. Let's get some clarity now before I end your YouTube reading on what you should do moving forward. Spirit, what advice does Group 2's higher self have for them when it comes to this connection moving forward? What advice does Group 2's higher self have for them? Okay. You have the High Priestess reversed too. So you may resonate more as this person. Your advice is very Jupiter Pisces energy. With the Flow card at the back of the deck, Spirit is encouraging you to release your control and to allow what is meant to be to happen. When it comes to this connection, you two are already bonded. You don't need to force anything. You simply need to allow it. You need to experience it. You need to feel it. Jupiter is going to bless this connection with good fortune if you're able to embrace each other's natural energies, instinctual actions. It does feel like you had to face some disappointments in this connection in the past, but I believe that you've both adapted and evolved from those experiences and that your intentions are going to guide you towards a mutual future. So your advice, my viewer, is to flow with that energy. Don't try to control it. Don't force it. Let it happen. Stay present. Enjoy the experiences. Stay engaged with the present moment and react instinctually based off of your intentions. Don't put too much planning on this connection because I do think that you have bigger fish to fry. I think that this is a connection that fits into the life you're orchestrating. I think when it comes to control, there are other things you should be focusing your energy and attention on that actually require planning, that require your detailed, task-oriented personality traits so that you can handle your business. This is a connection that simply fits well into your life naturally when it isn't being forced. And we can see that with the High Priestess reversed as well. You two are both kind of mirroring that aspect back at each other. The High Priestess encourages you to listen rather than talk. Instead of filling the space with communication and words, observe, listen, and process. This is the time to reflect. This is the time to be still. And this is the time to listen to what your soul is calling for you. I think that this is a connection that expands with your soul's purpose. When this connection struggles, it's because your connection to your higher self is struggling. Your higher self wants you to listen more, which also means paying attention to your dreams, paying attention to your deeper feelings, your lingering feelings, your subconscious feelings and fears. What are those whispers telling you? Your intuition isn't a loud, demanding voice. Your fear and your logic is loud and demanding. Your intuition gives you hints of inspiration and attraction and ideas. So I'm also feeling a message from your higher self that y'all need to start trusting yourself more. You need to move forward with faith that what you're doing is enough and it is right. Because at the end of the day, mistakes are all part of the experience. There's no such thing as that word. Whatever will be, whatever's meant to happen will happen. There's a lot of spiritual sort of hoodoo voodoo messaging into this. So some practical advice for you is to stop doing too much. You're trying too hard. Let it be and listen more. That's what I'm seeing for you, group 2. I'm going to take your reading into the extended now, where we will have a look at the future of this connection. As I mentioned at the start of your reading, the way that we're going to break that down is by observing what your wants are for the future of this connection. We're going to do this person A, person B style. We're going to have a look at what your next actions are towards each other. And then we're going to have a look at what the future of this connection will be. If we need more advice, I'll pull advice cards, but that is essentially what your extended reading will be. If you need those messages, if you want that additional clarity, confirmation, the link to your extended reading is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link will take you to a page on my website where I host all my extended readings. Please make sure you select the right group. You are group 2 of the how do they think you feel reading. Yeah. Anyway, if you don't want to join us there, if you don't want to pay for anything, you can also support this channel by giving it a thumbs up, by interacting with it, or by watching another video. Thank you so much for this energetic exchange, group 2. Thank you for letting me read for you and for being a part of your journey. I wish you peace, joy, happiness, health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and success on your road ahead until we cross paths again. Bye. Hi my group 3s and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the heart with stuff going through it card or this clear quartz crystal, then you're in the right place, group 3. We're asking Spirit, how does the person on your mind think that you feel about them? This reading is going to observe the way that you feel. We're going to get clarity on that first, and then we're going to have a look at how this person thinks you feel before having a look at how they feel. And hopefully that gives us clarity. If needed, I will pull an advice card at the end. There is an extended reading as well that looks into the future of this connection. I'll talk more about your extended reading at the end. For now, let's focus on your YouTube reading. Before I go ahead and set my intentions as your reader, I highly recommend that you set your intentions as a viewer. Are there any specific messages or questions you have that you would like addressed? What sort of expectations do you have? Set your intentions and I'll set mine. Spirit, please tune me into group 3's energies. Please help me offer group 3 the most clear, honest messages about their connection for their reading today so that I may offer them the clarity that they need. Thank you, Spirit. Let's put your crystal over there with the other 2. And let's talk about this card real quick. Now, the heart with stuff going through it card. I feel like this is a connection that has had some ups and downs, to say the least. This card talks about expansion. You guys may have had a separation or a conversation about your future that you thought would lead to separation. And honestly, this conversation couldn't have been easy, but it was based off of thoughts that you'd been cycling through in your mind for some time. And you had to get those thoughts out. You had to think, you had to get them off your chest. So let's have a look at how you feel now. And we'll have a look at how this person thinks you feel as well. Spirit, how does my viewer feel about this person? does my viewer feel about this person, Spirit? Okay, we have the Page of Wands reversed. How does my viewer feel? We have the Sun reversed. Okay. Four of Wands reversed, Two of Pentacles upright, and we have the Queen of Wands at the back of the deck. So a lot of you guys are in your high vibrational energy. You're focused on taking your power back. You're focused on being the confident, I want to say courageous, but also just proud person that you are. You guys are in your deserving era, which means that you're focused on people, environments, and habits that are what you deserve, that can simulate the experiences that you deserve. And I think with this Queen of Wands, you're also embracing a sense of pride that boosts your self-esteem and encourages people to treat you better, because you now know, or you are exhibiting an energy of knowing what your worth is. This Queen of Wands is proud of who she is and of who she's becoming, regardless of gender. I try not to use genders too much just because it can deter from the message in this world that we live in. But I do think with the Queen of Wands being here, this is an overall energy of feeling proud, of feeling high value, and of actively maintaining a high vibration. This is an energy of manifestation. It is an acknowledgement, either consciously or subconsciously, that what you believe is what will happen. So I believe you, my viewer, have really disciplined your energy into this high vibrational energy where you are trying to maintain these boundaries of high self-esteem. And it comes off of the back of this connection, because we can see with these cards that the way that you feel about this person is that they're just not able to meet you at your level. You're showing up as a Queen of Wands, someone who knows about the law of manifestation, the law of attraction, someone who knows how to meddle with the energies around them to boost their experiences, regardless of what your feelings are. You know that your reactions are everything. And you're dealing with someone who's less mature in that respect. You may feel like this person just cannot meet you at your level energetically. You may feel like they act immaturely and that they haven't been able to push themselves beyond a comfort zone. This person may show potential, and they may have been really good at showing you interest and pursuing you and giving you all of the boosting sort of initial attraction steps that boosted your dopamine receptors, but they couldn't substantiate that initial attraction into anything deeper. A Page of Wands is the level of maturity in terms of attraction that goes, oh, I like that, I'm going to give that a go. This is the type of energy that's open to experimenting and experiencing, but they struggle to process the outcomes. Experimenting and experiencing is just the cornerstone of the human experience. That's your ability to say yes or no. But this person struggles with the ability to process those experiences, to learn from those experiences, and to then, like the Queen of Wands, process the learnings of those experiences to become a wiser taster of the human experience. So you may feel frustrated that this person just doesn't have that depth. They may be prone to making mistakes. They may be prone to taking on more than they can do. And you may have felt like they just couldn't execute their ideas. They struggled to put everything together. Even though they showed ambition and potential and attraction, whether this is a platonic or a romantic connection, you may have felt like this person, had all the right tools, they just didn't know how to use them. And therefore, you guys are either got bored or you started to get offended and you started to feel repelled. When a Queen of Wands hangs around a Page of Wands for too long, there hits a point where you can't be this person's teacher. There's too much to walk them through. The only way a person gets to the Queen of Wands era is not through mentorship, but through self-discovery. And you may feel like this person lacks that self-discovery ability, at least at this stage of their journey. You may feel like they make foolish mistakes because they haven't paused. They just went ahead and ran towards what they wanted with a thirst for experience rather than wisdom. With the Sun card here, it looks like you overall are feeling like this connection has a pessimistic outcome. The Sun is usually and always a very bright, happy, joyful, clear card that can represent clarity as well as that beautiful emotion of joy. When it's reversed, it means that we still feel that, but we don't feel that about whatever we're asking about. You guys feel as though you can be happier away from this connection, outside of this connection, away from this person. And you may feel like this person acts in quite selfish ways, or that you've been reduced to react in selfish ways. Overall, you don't have a lot of optimism about this connection, and something about what has happened could have left a bitter taste in your mouth. I feel I'm reading for a spectrum of people in this group. So for some of you, this is full disdain. Like this is you really just wanting to resent this person and wanting to be as far away from them as possible. I always think of the Sun as a gravitational force, right? That we, in terms of the planets in our solar system, orbit around. So when it's reversed, it's like it's repelling us, it's pushing us away. We are no longer tethered to this person's gravity. We are the Sun. And we see that with the Queen of Wands. You guys are acknowledging that you bring the light, you bring the wisdom, you bring the depth, you bring the successful outcomes because you possess that within yourself. And everyone does have that ability, but this person hasn't evolved into that yet. And so you are keeping yourself and your joy and your happiness at a distance. You may still be observing this person from a distance. If this is a family or a platonic connection, I still feel like you have a level of care for this individual, but you just can't afford to sacrifice your blessings for their learnings. Like this person is actively learning and you're on completely different journeys. That's what this card is saying. You're on completely different journeys. I do believe that for all of you, platonic or romantic, you may share a community with this person. The Four of Wands reversed, it talks about a feeling of separation and disharmony. There is an acknowledgement here of the foundation of your connection being abrasive. The two of you are either very uncomfortable in each other's energies or have physically removed yourselves and made it known that you're taking a separation. Usually this is a card that indicates a coziness, a closeness, a feeling of harmony and balance and even community, because we are in each other's energies so much, others see us together, and it is acknowledged by the larger community that we are happy together. So there is a larger community observing your unhappiness and the fact that you are more comfortable in separation. This may have been difficult for those around you, depending on how well you know this person or how many experiences you had together involving other people. It could have gotten quite messy, and there could be other people trying to there could be other people who have opinions. about this person, what they did in this connection, and where it's going, especially with the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands is not quite as bad as the Five of Wands in terms of external opinions and arguments, but it can still mean that multiple people have drawn a line in the sand because of this connection. And you have more than two people putting up heavy boundaries. More than two people are involved in this connection. And I feel like you have your allies and this person has their allies. And it's just about keeping everybody separate for the sake of peace. The Two of Pentacles lets me know that regardless of what has happened in this connection, you, my viewer, feel like you have bigger fish to fry. You are reprioritizing, restructuring, and ultimately just getting your life back in order. Whatever happened here that caused this rift and this dissatisfaction, you're not letting it hold you back. The Two of Pentacles is about making sure that your lifestyle makes sense for you, that you have that work-life balance, making sure that your habits align with your needs. You guys could be very focused on getting back to the way that you felt before this connection turned upside down. And because of that, you may be prioritizing your health, your fitness, your sleep, your self-care. This is very Taurus energy, and it's about managing your routine. It's also about keeping busy, making sure that you're keeping track of everything, and making sure that when it comes to the ups and downs of life, you're taking it in your stride one day at a time. You're not thinking too far ahead, and you're certainly not dwelling on the past. You feel helpfully distracted by your present moment, keeping busy and making sure that you're handling your business. So if that resonates for you, my viewer, let's go ahead and have a look at how this person thinks you feel now. Oh, I just saw the Three of Swords. The stuff with the heart going through it card. Oh, the heart with stuff going through it card. Oh, yeah. All right, Spirit. How does this person think my viewer feels? How does this person think my viewer feels? Okay. We have the Seven of Wands. How does this person think? We have the Ace of Pentacles with the Hay. We have the Magician card. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. That was quick. And we have the Death card reversed. At the back of your deck, let's pull this in a little bit. At the back of your deck is the Five of Swords, sweet souls. Now, the Five of Swords is a card of change. And in your case, it talks about a change of action. I'm actually feeling like this could have been a change of heart as well. This feels as though between the two of you, this person thinks that you feel like you've had to put distance between you physically. They feel as though you've had to change your tune, you change your heart, change your approach to this connection. And your actions reflect that. Your words reflect that. You guys have had some pretty choice words for this person, and they think that you still feel quite heated about that. They think that you still feel upset and that you still feel argumentative. So they believe that if they were to reach out to you right now, you would put them in their place real quick. There wouldn't be anything nice to say. You would have a very strong boundary and you would really quickly, put them in their place. Now, the person on this card looks quite smug, and the Magician card can be smug too. So this person may think that you feel good about what you've done for yourself at their expense. This person thinks that you may have even enjoyed the actions that you took at their expense in the way that it could have been very calculated, very revenge-ish. I don't know what the word is, but they almost feel like you've done something out of revenge or spite and you were proud of it. Now, this person thinks that you feel defensive. They think that you feel courageous, that you're on your high horse with this Seven of Wands, and that you've had to put up a boundary for yourself in a way that it took a lot of effort, right? It took a lot of courage. It's not something that usually comes natural to you. And it took a lot of courage. They think that you feel quite proud about this. And they also think that you feel as though you're an underdog that's really fighting an energetic battle here, and you're winning with the Seven of Wands. You've gained the crowd's support in terms of a larger audience of people are proud of you, are watching you, are cheering you on. So they think that you feel as though this is something that it took a lot of courage in the face of adversity. That's what that card's really about. And again, there's that pride coming through. You may have fire placements, but this person sees you as a master manipulator of words with the Magician card here. They think that you feel very proud of what you're able to do with your actions, with your words, and of what you are able to create outcome-wise. They feel like you are showing your true colors for better and for worse. They are just now realizing, or they're really getting to see the full extent of your powers. And they believe that you are really good at twisting words and using words to your advantage, and using words that help other people come on side with you and feel a certain way. They believe that you have like a silver tongue. You're like a used car salesman. You're very good at saying what needs to be said to evoke a specific emotion or response or reaction or outcome. This person thinks that you feel in control and that you are sitting very pretty on top of a successful plan, as though you put a lot of thought into this, and as though this was all part of like a bigger picture coming together. This person thinks that you feel empowered to continue creating, and as though you've unlocked this character trait where you're going to use these skills to continue creating successful outcomes for yourself. I feel like this person is telling other people to be scared of you or to be worried about you, like almost don't trust you type of energy, or to just like be wary of your words and what you're capable of. I feel like this person's like out here saying, oh, be careful about group 3. Group 3 is way more powerful than you realize, or group 3 will turn on you just when you think, you've got something going. There's this energy here of hoodoo voodoo vibes as well. So this person may believe that you are a practicing magician, and that you use smoke and mirrors to convince people that your magic is real. What else, Spirit? How do they think my viewer feels? Yeah, this person, I'm kind of torn. I can't figure out if they have good things to say or bad things to say. So I'm just saying what's coming through, and hopefully you can ascertain the tone, because there is a spectrum in this group. Some of you have really had an argument with this person, but others of you, it's just like there's still care for each other. You just have rubbed each other the wrong way. So I think that overall this magician energy is about this person thinking that you feel very powerful, in control, and very capable of creating the outcomes that you want with the tools that you have. This person knows you're powerful, and they also know that you're patient. They think that you feel invested in some sort of long-term plan of success. And they believe that you feel committed to this plan, regardless of other people. You've made this plan for yourself and you're staying committed to it. You made this commitment, and nobody, including this person, is going to stand in your way. With the Knight of Pentacles, there is an element here of pettiness, and there is also a feeling of this person could be thinking in volumes. So this person thinks that you feel committed to bigger tasks, bigger dreams, bigger outcomes than what they're able to envision. They're acknowledging this difference in point of view and mindset, as well as outcomes. Like, this person just can't imagine the details that you see with this Knight of Pentacles. They think that you feel detail oriented, focused on the task at hand. They may even see this as though you're just not paying attention to anything else, like you have tunnel vision on this overall goal. But they think that you feel quite committed to things. Like, when you make your mind up about something, you stick to it. And lastly, with this Death card reverse, this person still thinks that you're holding a grudge. They think that you feel upset, but like the wound is still too fresh. Whatever happened between the two of you is still too fresh. That's how they think that you feel. They think that you feel as though you need more time, and as though this connection is just likely to cause more pain, more harm than good. There could be unresolved issues and a lack of closure, but they think that you feel like that's all on them. Like, they're the ones that didn't contribute positively. They're the reason why you feel the way that you feel, and why the connection wasn't able to fully either experience the ending that it deserved or renew into a new beginning the way that it deserved. So I'm getting the sense that they think you feel like they're dead weight, like they're holding you back. Like, they're the reason why this connection is in limbo, because they haven't been able to apologize or to do what was said. Especially if an ultimatum came into play, they're the reason why this connection's in limbo. So that's how they think that you feel, sweet souls. Let's have a look at how they feel now. I'm going to continue to use tarot, and then I'm going to get advice for you. This is quite heavy stuff. So even if the advice is more confirmation, because you are showing up as someone who's quite spiritual or in tune with the divine energies around us, I still want to get advice for you. I think it would be a good way to wrap up your reading. Let's have a look at how this person feels about you now. For my group threes, how does their person feel about them? Okay, we have the Page of Cups reversed. We have the Five of Swords, showing up as a blockage. We have the Fool card reversed. How does this person feel about my viewer? And we have the Knight of Cups. At the back of the deck is the Lovers card. So this person actually feels like this connection was something very special. They feel as though this connection was something that really highlighted an authenticity within them. They could have felt very drawn to you. As it stands today, they feel compelled to communicate in an impulsive way. There's a lot that's been on their mind, and some of these truths are truths you may have heard before, but they feel compelled to speak from their heart and to offload thoughts that are cemented in their mind. These aren't just thoughts that came to them this morning. These are thoughts that were there for some time, and they're having the opportunity now to see how these thoughts have been there for a while and what they want to say about these thoughts. So, sorry for yawning, sweet souls. With the Lovers card at the back of the deck, this person does feel as though this connection is divine. There's a divine connection, there's a divine attraction, there's a divine awareness of each other. And they feel like the conversations that the two of you had, no matter how hurtful with the Five of Swords, they have been enlightening. The conversations this person has with you helps them understand themselves better. It's helped put a mirror to their persona, and it's helped kind of demask the things that they haven't been able to observe within themselves. It took for this connection and some of the conversations that you've had, for them to realize, what they've been doing and the layers of their behaviors and their reactions, etc. So there's a lot at play. This person's feelings for you are positive. I feel like this person sees you as a twin in some ways. Whether this is a platonic connection or a romantic connection, this person looks up to you and they see you as someone who is being divinely guided. For that reason, they trust what you say, and they know that you communicate things with clarity, which is what they appreciate. I feel like they can appreciate your honesty. They do have positive things to say about you. So let's have a look at the Page of Cups reversed. When it comes to this person's feelings, there is some bitterness here. They feel as though an apology is owed, and they're aware of what went wrong here. This person may feel compelled to apologize to you, and they may also be expecting an apology from you as well. But this Page of Cups reverse shows that, there's no more Mr. Nice Guy anymore. This connection is at a serious turning point, and those fun, sort of playful feelings aren't natural anymore. This connection, it needs to have serious conversations about feelings if any form of reconciliation is possible. So they do feel as though they do have some hard feelings for you, and there are some difficult, heavy feelings that need to be communicated. I feel like this is the kind of person that likes to say what's on their mind. They don't like to sort of sit on things. So they feel like they need to communicate themselves better. And if they have the chance, they're going to be very honest and wear their heart on their sleeve. With the Five of Swords, you both got this card. You're both aware of the change, and you're both aware of the fact that, these hard words help positive change happen. No matter how difficult it is to have these conversations, you have to communicate. Whatever the nature of this connection is, these conversations are helping you individually become better people. And this person knows that. They know that regardless of how difficult it is, regardless of what decisions need to be made in your individual lives, being honest and communicating has been helpful. It's been enlightening, and it's allowed you both the opportunity to express how you feel and then take action based on what is communicated. So this person feels like they too need to do what's best for them. They feel like you both are having to prioritize your own journeys, which is creating separation, and it's making the other person feel like you're doing all of this at the expense of the connection that you share. However, they feel like this is right. They feel like this is the right thing to do, like it's the best thing to do. And whatever hard feelings there are, it's because they haven't communicated openly how they truly feel. They don't hold hard feelings about you choosing what's best for you. Now, with the Fool card reversed, this card does talk about feeling foolish. This person feels as though they acted naively. They may have done something risky or really pushed the envelope too far, which is a saying to describe that this person did something impulsively without the full scope of information. And they may have pulled you into it and just hoped that you'd come along for the ride. And when you put up your walls or your boundaries and said, I can't do that, I need to do what's right for me, they felt really foolish. They felt like, dang, why did I do that? This person is processing their behavior, and they feel like they are someone who actually has a lot of baggage that needs to be sifted through. They feel like someone who cannot really meet your level nor be as ready for the next chapter of life as you are, because they are still learning a lot about themselves, about what they've been through, and about the person that they are today. There's still a lot of baggage that they have that they haven't sorted through, and there's still a lot that they need to learn. The Fool card is about someone who feels like their future is out of reach. Their aspirations don't match their reality. And the person they talk about being in their dreams is a stark contrast to who they are in their present. So they feel quite let down by this whole situation, but they're acknowledging how they're the reason for that. Lastly, the Knight of Cups, more positive energy. This person does feel a fondness for you, an attraction to you, a care for you that is quite deep. Whether this is platonic or romantic, they have feelings for you. And these feelings are positive. They have some really sweet things to say about your character. And they see you as a very powerful person, a very divine person, a magic person. And they think that there's a part of you that's quite genuine. Even when you have hard news to deliver, you're quite genuine about it. So I can see with the Knight of Cups that this person feels an openness to you, a feeling of like, I still wear my heart on my sleeve for you, regardless of what we've been through. I still have this awareness of like, I can't change how I feel. I still feel positively about you, drawn to you. So let's get some advice from your higher self now. Spirit, what advice does Group 3's higher self have for them? What advice does Group 3's higher self have for them, Spirit? What advice does Group 3's higher self have for them? Moving on. What advice does Group 3's higher self? Okay, that card flew out. We have, nurture. Your advice is to stay on the journey that you're on. Stick to the actions you've already taken. Commit yourself to positive change. Regardless of how hard it feels, you've already made progress. Your advice is to continue nurturing self and to stay open to connections, environments, habits, people who can nurture you wholly and sustainably. The Empress is an energy that fosters, and I really feel like your higher self is discouraging you from fostering this person. You're not this person's mother. And even if you are biologically, your journeys have hit a point where you do need to allow this person the dignity to try for themselves. Like, they need to want things for themselves. They need to want change, growth, adaptation, lessons, wisdom for themselves. They want experience, but they're not willing to put in the hard work. You are. You're at a point where your energy is so precious, it needs to be well spent. You need to be auditing your resources, your energy, your time, your money, and being very stingy and careful about how you invest those things. Your higher self is encouraging you to stay true to your spiritual journey. You're having a higher calling at the moment, and your path is encouraging you to stay true to your sense of purpose and where that feeling of purpose is guiding you. It's almost like you have a path opening, and that path is building a new life for you, allowing your human vessel to experience new things while your soul reclaims its power. Because your soul exceeds your human vessel's age. Your soul is older than your biological clock. And I do feel as though your journey is about your soul reclaiming experience that it's already been through, but it's your body's first time going through that. So your higher self is encouraging you to stay true to that journey, to answer your calling, and you don't have to have it all figured out. Often following a calling from your crown chakra feels like we're walking blind. Feels like we're making a lot of mistakes, and it could even feel like you're burning a lot of bridges because what your soul wants doesn't seem to align with your worldly passions. But that's natural. I expect you will be going through a lot of lifestyle changes. You're restructuring your responsibilities, your habits, your routine, your priorities, your commitments. You're finding new ways to nurture your human vessel through this experience as your soul kind of guides you one step at a time. So your higher self is encouraging you to disrupt the patterns, to disrupt your attachments, and to ask for more. Your higher self is encouraging your emotional being to not get complacent. Don't settle for less. Now is the time to ask for more experiences, ask for more love, stay open to more connection, stay open to deeper meanings. Encourage deep and meaningful conversations within your current connections, and if you feel yourself drifting away, let that drift happen. Doesn't mean you are leaving people forever, just means we're staying open to connections that are deeper, opportunities that are deeper. Your soul is craving depth and disruption. So that is what I'm seeing, my group 3s. I'm going to leave your YouTube reading here, and we're going to go into your extended reading now, where we will have a look at the future of this connection. Now, to really get a full scope, I will be doing your extended reading in 2 perspectives. I know there's probably more than 2 people involved in this connection, but we're going to focus on you and this person's perspective. So I'm going to be reading in person A, person B style. Ultimately, whoever you resonate with in terms of a perspective, this person will be the other perspective. That's how it works. We're going to have a look at how person A, what person A wants, what person B wants from this connection, what your next actions will be, and then we're going to have a look at what the future of this connection is. I will get more advice along the way as well. So if you feel like you need those additional messages, and if you want to be able to support the channel, the extended reading is in the description box and the pinned comment. Those links do take you to a page on my website where I host all my extended readings. So please make sure you click on the right reading before you purchase it, sweet soul. Remember your group 3 of the How Do They Think You Feel reading that I posted probably in, I want to say January. It's on the cusp of January, February 2025. Anyway, thank you for letting me read for you. If you don't want to join me in the extendeds, interacting with this video is also a wonderful way of supporting me and this channel, or watching more of my videos here on YouTube is another way to support me. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey and exchanging energy with me on this platform. As you move forward, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Look after your beautiful selves, sweet souls, until our paths cross again. Bye. Group 4, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize the Fool card with this beautiful sodalite crystal, I believe I called it, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put your crystal out of the way for now, up here with the others, and let's focus on the energy of this reading. Group 4, we're asking Spirit, how does the person on your mind think that you feel for them? Now, these readings have been very enlightening, very different. I'm clearly reading for quite a big group, and I think a lot of different connections. So I just want to be clear, this reading is intended for both platonic and romantic connections. And before we get into it, I highly recommend that you set your intentions as the viewer. What sort of clarity do you need? What messages would you like answered? And I'm going to set my intention as your channeler. Already channeling a lot of energy. I'm choking over here as I clear energy. But I'm going to go ahead and set your reading's intentions now as your reader. Spirit, please tune me into Group 4's energies. Please help me offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages about their reading for their connection. Please tune me into Group 4's energies. Spirit, help me offer the most clear, honest messages about their reading for their connection. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so when we have a look at how this person thinks you feel, the Fool card is interesting. It makes me think that some things are up in the air at the moment, and that you guys have a lot to consider when it comes to the future of this connection. The Fallen card does make me think that this connection has potential, and it could go either ways at this stage. You may resonate with this being a newer connection, or y'all may be in a new stage of your connection where you're trying new things and you're implementing new ideas. You're considering bringing in new tools or new plans to help this connection embrace a new cycle. With that spiel out of the way, we're going to open your connection by open your reading by having a look at how you feel. So let me put this card to the side and let's see how you, my viewer, feel about this connection before we have a look at how they think you feel. Spirit, how does my viewer feel about this connection? Whoops. How does my viewer feel? We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Fool card reversed, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So it kind of feels like you guys are trying to hold on to this connection as it is. I'm hearing the tide is changing with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The tide is changing, Group 4, and some of y'all aren't comfortable with this change. You might be here because this person has opened up a new idea or has approached you with a new sort of idea from a conversation, and you don't know how you feel about it. You don't know how to communicate back, or you yourself have had this new idea and you don't know how to communicate it. The thing is, the tide is changing. The Wheel of Fortune shows us that some unexpected shifts have happened energetically, and these shifts have turned you on your head a little bit. Your feelings are a little temperamental, I would say. There could be times where you feel really compelled and drawn and strongly about this person. And then there could be times where you feel very sort of distant and self-focused, and you may be seeking answers, trying to figure out, well, what is the truth? With the Wheel of Fortune reversed, your feelings do change because your experiences seem to shift rapidly. You guys may be processing a lot right now. You guys may be taking on a lot of information, or your soul is just really seeking a lot of expansion. When the Wheel of Fortune is reversed as a feeling, it can kind of feel like you don't know how to feel. You have an idea of your feelings, but your feelings may be changing or fleeting. Now, with that being said, the card at the back of the deck did say the Knight of Cups, which tells me that you do care. You, my viewer, have strong feelings for this person. Some of you resonate as having romantic feelings for this person, and it feels like you're wearing your heart on your sleeve here, feelings-wise. You're trying to be open and honest about how you feel, and you're doing what you can to communicate as well as act upon your feelings to your best ability. You're maintaining a sense of integrity by doing this, and there is a level of trust that you and this person have because you're in this Knight of Cups energy. Now, with this Fool card reversed, you guys may feel like this person is embracing opportunities outside of this connection. You may feel a little, that explains the Fool card, you may feel a little foolish. You guys were either expecting things to turn in a different way, you're expecting this connection to go in a different way, or you're expecting this person's actions to perform differently. And instead they did something or that forced you to kind of react in a way that you feel a little foolish. For some reason, there's now this feeling of baggage weighing over you. And when it comes to this connection, you don't feel confident in being able to move this connection to the next stage or to a deeper level of connectedness, whether that means more commitment to each other or just more connection to each other. If this is a friendship, you may feel like this person is spending a lot of time with other people, other friends, other acquaintances, and is seeking experiences outside of your friendship. If this is a relationship that is romantic in nature, y'all may feel like this person is embracing friendship and connection outside of your romantic relationship. It could also feel like something from your past is interfering with your ability to fully dive into this experience with this person. You guys may have a lot to weigh up, and it does feel like you're afraid of losing this person, but you're also at a point where you're having to be cautious about how much you give right now. Now, I just want to highlight at this point, a message is coming through that you, my viewer, could be feeling pulled in multiple directions at once. It could be that you have a sense of responsibility tying you down, where this connection is encouraging you to embrace something new. So this baggage could be tied to a previous relationship. It could be tied to some other commitment that you made that is limiting your ability to fully invest in this connection and in a new experience with this connection. However, I can see with the Four of Pentacles, you're not willing to give up, but you're fiercely holding on to the point where this connection may have reached a stalemate, and you could be feeling as though the growth is limited because there's not enough quality time, effort, money, or even just general energy being contributed. You feel as though this connection has hit a sort of boundary or a limit, and you also feel like a new conversation needs to be had about this. You guys are holding back, and you feel like this is the best thing to do, even though it's not affording this connection the expansion it deserves. You're afraid that by holding back, you're pushing this person away as well. And so you feel inspired to communicate these thoughts and to hopefully come to some sort of, I don't know, it's not like a conclusion, but you're hoping that a conversation will help. Like you can get more solutions if you share your concerns or your problems or even just your fears. Is this person afraid of losing? Is my viewer afraid of losing this person? You would hope that this person wouldn't be that easy to scare away, because it feels like you've spoken about where you stand and your future, and you feel confident that this person has chosen you, and it was a serious decision that they made with their whole heart. But you may be feeling insecure about this person's ability to stand out and to shine. This person may generate a lot of interest, or they're just somebody that a lot of people kind of find attractive or magnetic. I wouldn't say you're afraid of losing them, but you're afraid of losing their interest. You're afraid that they'll have a wandering eye, or that they'll start seeking excitement elsewhere, expansion elsewhere. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of your feelings, my viewer. If that resonates, you're in the right place. If it doesn't, go back to the timestamp, see if you feel drawn to a different group. Let's have a look at how this person thinks that you feel now. How does group 4's person think group 4 feels? How does group 4's person think group 4 feels, Spirit? Okay. Wow. Okay. Justice. With the Queen of Swords at the back of the deck. How does group 4's person think they feel? Honestly, is justice supposed to be reversed or upright, please, Spirit? It's supposed to be upright. They still feel like... This person still thinks that you feel like you're in an unfair situation and that your commitments are hard to manage. This person thinks that you feel like they're a good partner and that this relationship can be quite beneficial, quite balanced. But at times you may feel like it's just a lot to manage. It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to try to balance and figure out. This person thinks that you feel like you're on the edge of the planning committee is what it feels like. It's like your vision is limited. This person thinks that you have tunnel vision. You're only focused on specific things and you feel like you need to do this because looking at the bigger picture was harmful for some reason. You had too much information before and it was too much. It wasn't helpful. Maybe seeing everything made you feel, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but like the message that I'm getting with the Queen of Swords is that this person feels like you're the type of personality that's very quick to take on responsibility. And so you've had to purposefully kind of limit your vision in order to just focus on specific things. So you don't get too carried away, so that you don't feel too obsessed with the details or overwhelmed by the amount of information. I want to say that this person thinks that you feel a little cold and removed. Like you feel like they may have purposefully cut you out of their lives, which has resulted in you reacting in a cold and removed way. They think that you feel upset about this. Anytime a Court Swords card is reversed, it's a feeling of iced out and being upset, and you may be biting your tongue. They think that you feel more and you think more than what you're saying. You're not communicating everything, but you do think and feel quite cold. Because you come across as an intelligent person, so you're not saying everything you're thinking. I always think of the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords as like the ultimate sort of chess masters, people that think, 7 steps ahead. So this person knows you're more intelligent than you're pretending to be, but they think that you're intentionally not saying everything you know. It could be because of this person's choices. They think that you feel upset over some of their actions, their choices, their decisions. And so you've had to not necessarily retaliate, but you've had to react accordingly, right? You've chosen to make certain choices and decisions without including them because that felt right based on what they were doing. So let's have a look at this. I'm hearing you're in self-preservation mode. It might not be just because of this connection. There could be other stuff going on for you, group 4. But you're in self-preservation mode. You're taking care of yourself because you don't feel like you can trust this person to protect your best interest at all times. They're not always available or able to do what you feel is best for you. So you're making actions, making decisions with tunnel vision, focused on your best possible outcome. Now, the first card that chose to come out for you was the 7 of Swords reversed. This kind of tells me that the person on your mind thinks that you feel like they have a lot to prove to you. We have 2 sevens. This one is about proving that they can overcome the challenges that have presented in your connection. This is about proving that they are capable and able. And then the 7 of Swords reversed is about them proving their dignity to you, their integrity. This person may have done something that had you questioning how committed or capable they were. And with the 7 of Swords in the reverse position, sweet soul, this person thinks that you feel like you have to slowly, tentatively, questionably trust them. You can't place all your trust in this person. You have to do so slowly and one step at a time with the 7 of Swords, carefully, tentatively. You may feel like this person is still hiding things from you with these 2 cards, like they're not being completely honest with you. And this person thinks that you feel as though you have to keep your cards close to your chest. There are secrets, and they think that you feel protective over your inner world. You don't always communicate what's on your mind from their perspective. You keep your cards close to your chest in terms of your intentions, in terms of your dreams, in terms of your inner world, in terms of your fears, in terms of your aspirations, your thoughts, your ideas. They think that you feel very protective over that version of yourself, that vulnerable, almost pure, unfiltered version of yourself. They think that you feel protective and that you don't trust. Now, they feel like you put your spiritual beliefs above them. You trust yourself and your higher self and your spirit before this person. You've either gained insight or wisdom through your religion or through your spirituality, and you trust that above this person's words. It's not just their words, but we can see with the Seven of Swords that their actions haven't always aligned either. And you've sought out your divination tools or your mystical connections to gain clarity. Now we can also see with this Justice card here that I would say that this person thinks that you feel overall like the situation is improving regardless of what has happened in the past. There's an element out of your control. There's an element of mystery. There is an element of unknown, yes. But in terms of effort and harmony, this person thinks that you feel like this relationship has more pros than cons. It's all about balance. And they think that you feel like this connection has balance. It's not always going to be smooth sailing, but there are enough pros to weigh out the cons. They do think that you are quite punitive sometimes for this card to come up with the Queen of Swords, as though you have strong opinions and your sense of right and wrong is quite black and white. There's not many room for gray areas, especially when it comes to human beings and mistakes or actions, cheating, etc. This person thinks that you feel like, if somebody wanted to, they could. In terms of integrity, like just be a good person. In terms of doing the right thing, like there's no room for mistakes. And for that reason, they think that you feel like this relationship could potentially fit into that black and white sort of modeling of relationships that you have. Now, we did talk about this card briefly. This person thinks that you feel like they are overcoming the challenges in your connection, that they can be courageous enough and action orientated enough to ultimately step up for this partnership. They think that you feel at times like you're having to also step up and do things outside of your comfort zone in order for this connection to be successful. They think that you feel tested at times and challenged. But they honestly think that you feel like it's fair, like it's balanced. There's an equal amount of you both being tested and challenged. It's not just always you. They think that you feel like it's even. You're both getting challenged and tested, and you're both having to really prove that this relationship is what you want and what you're willing to work towards. So that's how they think that you feel, sweet soul. Definitely keen to hear how that resonates with you, but I want to have a look at how they actually feel about you now. So I should have done how do you think they feel as well, but you're the last group and I haven't done that for other people. So we're going to get straight into how they actually feel. How does group 4's person currently feel about group 4? We have the 3 of Pentacles. How does group 4's person currently feel? We have the moon. Let's go for this person. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed with the Ace of Wands reversed. Okay, there are still a lot of question marks. Y'all are either just getting to know each other, or you've been through a rough patch and the future is still very uncertain. So I'm going to lay it all out. This is how they're currently feeling. Okay, sweet soul, this is a developing situation. This isn't the be-all end-all of feelings. This is just a little check-in of how they feel currently. And how this person feels currently is quite uncertain about the future. They feel plagued by fears and uncertainties of what is going to happen and how your lifestyles and your futures align. We can see with the 10 of Pentacles here, this person feels concerned about the fact that between the two of you, you may have very different expectations around lifestyle, commitment, career, family. They're very concerned about blending these two things together. Your person is thinking practically, and with their heart space, they're thinking about it, all the moving parts, everybody involved, what it would mean to bring your communities, your families together. And we see with the Chariot reversed beneath the Ace of Wands reversed, this person is afraid of doing the wrong thing and hurting people's feelings. So your bottom deck energy was that Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands reversed tells us that this person is feeling as though this connection has had some false starts. There's a certain element of like a certain spark that's fizzled out, and it's at a point where you both need to actively work on maintaining that spark, that passion, that attraction. It feels like this person is looking at this as an opportunity to reignite things, and they're actively seeking solutions, but they're also holding on to the fact that you guys have eclipsed that initial stage. Like, they're definitely acknowledging that this connection is getting more serious, and they're in the process of evaluating how much further they're ready to go. Okay, now for all of you, this is going to vary. For some of you, this person is trying to figure out, like, how seriously do I take this person? How seriously do I take this connection? How much more effort do I put into this connection? You know, like, if I'm thinking about the future. But for a majority of you who are already in some sort of commitment with this person, some sort of bubble did burst recently. And this Ace of Wands is offering this connection a rebirth. But you both have to actively try. You both have to actively come together with a vested interest and rebuild that spark, that chemistry, that connection. And so this is how they feel. Now, looking at the 3 of Pentacles specifically, we can see that this person feels like the two of you work well together. They feel like you have enough similarities to really be able to spend a lot of meaningful time together. We can see that they enjoy quality time with you, and we can see that people in this person's community likes you, and that's a big deal for them. This person's family, friends, colleagues really like you, and that means a lot to them. They think that you fit well in their social circles, and they think that the two of you could work well together in practical ways. Not only does this person enjoy spending time with you, but they see you as a valuable part of their life. They believe that you could positively impact the goals that they have for themselves and the plans that they have as well. They see you being a part of those plans. Now, with the Moon card here in the middle, the Moon is where we see fears and concerns being highlighted. I just want to be clear that this is a natural experience. It's a natural part of the human experience, having fear. It's not a negative thing. Fear serves an instinctive process, and it's also a big part of us having consciousness and being able to, think to the level that we do. The Moon card highlights the fact that we have feelings involved in this situation. So this person shows that they care with the Moon being here. This person cares for you in a loved one type of way. They have a desire to nurture this connection, and the fears that are presenting are very healthy. These fears are helpfully guiding this person through their level of feelings that they have. It's helping them understand how much they care about you, and it's helping them understand how much they want from this connection moving forward. So with the Moon card being here upright, we can see that this person's feelings are slightly distorted by fear, but that this is a helpful part of this person figuring out how much they care. Right here, right now, there are key fears about what they can do to move this connection forward. Their fears are centered around them not being able to give enough and them not being able to do enough. And we can see that with the 10 of Pentacles next to this Moon card. We can see that those concerns are centered around the future. What kind of legacy would the two of you create? Is this legacy aligned with your individual visions? Would a joint future be able to be a compromise? Like, would you be able to be open to this person's vision? Because they seem to think that you two have very different expectations or visions. There could be concerns around blending your families if you have children from previous relationships, and how you two each fit into your households as well as your lifestyles. But ultimately, this is about trying to figure out what the future looks like. And often when a 10 of Pentacles is reversed, it's because our expectations for the future have changed. And this person is observing those changes and how that makes them feel. And it makes them feel afraid. It makes them feel concerned because they have deep feelings for you, but they're afraid of whether these changes are positive and whether these changes are going to positively impact the future of your relationship. Now, that is how they're feeling, sweet soul. Like I said, this is a current feeling. It's not their overall feeling. It's just us tuning in right here, right now. I want to get some advice from your higher self now to help close your YouTube reading. There will be an extended reading, which could be very helpful for you, especially. Some of the other groups I feel won't choose the extended just because of the nature of their relationship. They probably don't want to know about the future. But the extended reading is focusing on the future of your relationship, your connection. We're going to have a look at your future through two perspectives to help get as much information as possible. I'm going to be doing that reading person A, person B style, which means that whoever you resonate with, the other perspective is your person's. So in the extended reading, we're going to have a look at person A and person B's wants for the future. What do you each want from this connection moving forward? Then we're going to have a look at your next actions. What are you likely to do, which will impact this connection in the future? And then I'm going to ask Spirit straight out, what is the future of this connection? So if you want those additional messages, the link to your extended reading is in the description box and the pinned comment. Double check before you purchase your extended that you've clicked on the right group. Remember your group 4 of the How Do They Think You Feel reading that I posted on my channel. Okay, Spirit. When it comes to group 4's higher self, what wisdom, insight, and advice can group 4's higher self offer them about this connection? Ooh, that was quick. You have heart chakra reversed, spread your wings and teach. Whoever you are, okay, in this reading, group 4, your advice is to stop comparing your journey to society's expectations of you. You guys do need to figure out what your heart wants, and your higher self is encouraging you to disturb the status quo. Y'all do not need to conform to external expectations. When it comes to this connection, be very careful about who you open up to and who you get advice from, because your journey is unique. You do not need to force this to be something that doesn't feel right for you. This connection could have a very unconventional sense of partnership, where whatever seems to happen works for you, but it's not the style of relationship society promotes. It feels like you need to allow freedom rather than restriction. You need to allow flexibility rather than structure. Your higher self is calling for you to make changes to your lifestyle and to stop seeing your commitments as binds and restrictions that hold you back from experiencing. This could be an issue that generates not only in this connection, but in other commitments you make to yourself. It's important that you allow your flexibility to continue to learn. Regardless of what experiences you've been through, regardless of how old you are, how wise you are, you will always be a student. And it feels like you're aware of the fact that you need to make some changes to your lifestyle, some changes to the way that you've been living, your routine, because you've gotten a bit complacent and comfortable, and you may have been quick to blame this relationship on that, when actually it's you. Your higher self is calling you out and saying you need to create some changes. You're the one who's holding yourself back a little bit here. Now, outside of that, please look after your health. We have the heart chakra and the Hierophant card reversed, which is encouraging you to protect your immune system, to eat more greens, to drink more water. Some of y'all get so offended when I tell you to drink water. I don't understand it. Like, I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm channeling messages from the divine. This doesn't come from my consciousness. I really don't personally care what you do with your life. I believe in sovereignty and having control over your own life. I'm channeling messages from source which are encouraging you to look after your body, your vessel. Prioritize your health. Make sure you're taking care of your vessel. Now, when it comes to this connection, your higher self is saying with the heart chakra card reversed, there is a feeling here of you may be needing to figure out what your heart wants before you expect this person to really step into your heart space actively. This could indicate that some sort of wounds or an imbalance of attachment is putting this relationship on a pedestal at times. In order to strengthen your connection to others and ultimately your connection to this person, you have to strengthen your connection to self. Love yourself wholly. Love yourself unconditionally. And then let that self-love radiate into the way that you treat others. Giving yourself the dignity, the respect, and the love that you deserve radiates into the people who love you. They too learn that because you value this within self, you expect this of them too. You may not do this in a punitive way, although other people do think that you have high standards. This person does think that your way of loving is so black and white. And so they see that because you do these things for you, they are expected to do that too. But it feels like in order for this connection and your own journey to really develop that depth that your soul needs, you have to foster that unrestricted devotion to self first. Now, heart chakra reversed is also a reminder of how caring too much creates an unrealistic attachment to a certain person or outcome. At the end of the day, we can't own people and we can't control what they do. So to love them means to let them be who they are and to let them show us what they want through their actions. Your higher self is encouraging you to not put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to this connection. That doesn't mean that you have to let this person go, but it does mean that you have to expand your vision towards other ambitions in life. This connection shouldn't be giving you tunnel vision, sweet soul. You should feel like you can still focus on your passions, your interests, your hobbies, your friendships, your family, all those other aspects of your life that help you feel like you're leading a rich lifestyle. Spirit is encouraging you to let certain doors close so that you can allow new pathways to open. And with spread your wings reversed, you have to be very careful about getting tunnel vision over things. This person did see that too, which is interesting. Your higher self is encouraging you to stay open to experiences, and to stay committed to the journeys that you've taken. So this makes me think, with these two cards here, that you're currently in the process of expanding, of learning. This is confirmation that whatever changes you've made to your lifestyle recently, they have been positive. They are going to be helpful, and they are going to ultimately lead you towards a version of you that is in line with your desired outcome. I feel like now is the time to give yourself freedom and to take care of yourself along the way. Prioritize your health. Prioritize how it makes you feel when you embrace these experiences. If something doesn't feel right, don't keep doing it. You don't have to commit too soon. Your higher self is saying, be open to the experience, but don't commit too soon. With teach reversed and spread your wings reversed, you don't have to immediately sign up. You can try before you buy. You're allowed to give something a go without putting everything in it. So that's really what I'm seeing for you, sweet souls. Those messages were very random, so just take what resonates. This is a general reading. Maybe all of that advice isn't meant for you, so take what fits. I'm going to close your YouTube reading now, and we're going to, I'll take a quick break and then we'll go into your extended. Like I said before, your extended reading is available through the link in the description box and the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website, so please make sure you select the right group before you spend anything. I host all my extended readings on that page on my website, and you can swipe through to find the group that is right for you. Remember your group 4. Thank you so much for this energy exchange, group 4. I appreciate your support. Thank you for letting me read for you and for letting me be a part of your journey. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we cross paths again. Bye.